Dr. Juan's research focused primarily on nanomaterials from polymer engineering and advanced materials. The research on polymer engineering highlighted the design of functional molecules based on supramolecular chemistry, in example, self-assembled molecules, conducting organogels, donor acceptor, for crucial applications in optoelectronic devices, biomaterials, and chemosensors. His advanced materials work tackle the green synthesis of nanocatalysts, which received peer review in high-impact journals. He is currently the head of the Green Chemistry Research Group under the Resource Sustainability Alliance. His title for today is Biotemplated-Synthesis of Selected Nanostructured Minerals Using Starch. Please welcome.
Assalamualaikum and a very good morning. Hello everybody.
Waalaikumsalam.
I hope
Hello,
everything
Doctor.
is clear. Thank you for the
Yes, clear.
warming introduction. Thank you to the MC for the warming introduction, and I hope everybody is fine today. I would like to congratulate the Secretariat for organizing the second BioNanoSem2021 seminar. Especially to the advisors, Associate Professor Technologist Chemist Dr. Nik Ahmad Nizam, the Deputy Directors, Dr. Muhammad Zulfani Maizan from Seram UTHM. Thank you for the collaboration. Deputy Director 2 for the Scientifics from Anoma UMT, our Associate Professor Chemist Dr. Hanis Mat Yusof, Deputy Director 3, Dr. Muhammad Farizal Kamaluddin, and all the secretariats. Please allow me to share my speech. Okay, I will be discussing on the issues of biotemplated-synthesis of selected nanostructured minerals using starch. Okay, this is actually a combination of two works that been combined together, and this is actually going to be discussed today.
Dr. Juan, can you hear me?
Energy will never be enough. That is the issues of our current days in global. Okay, this is because
Dr. Juan, can
energy
you hear
is
me?
currently
This one is not full
dependent
screen.
by the use of fossil fuels. Okay, that's why this is going to give you an impact in environment. Okay, there will be carbon dioxide greenhouse effects. Okay, that tremendously affect our human health. Okay. This is not only going to be bad to the environment, but in the end, we are going to see that the energy going to rise and rise again, despite that the sources then going to be depleted. This going to see our issues of global warming, and as I mentioned, I would like to address on the issues of biotemplated-synthesis of selected nanostructured minerals using starch. Okay, this is because when we talk about energy, it is highly dependent on the fuel fossil-based material, which going to give you a bad impact, especially in the global warming and high energy consumption. If you can see that there is a high greenhouse gas effect in the year 2000 by country, and take note that this actually affecting yearly by yearly, and in the end, we are going to see that the fossil fuel going to deplete, and this leads to the high energy consumption. That's why in UTM, we have established our Green Chemistry Research Groups in September 2009, where this is actually a bunch of people who are looking at a new perspective of developing our material based on the green, what we call as a green initiative that is going to combine any development that is actually environmentally safe based on any chemical various reactions and processes that will not endanger our environment. Okay, this research group is currently led by me. Okay, and these are the wonderful people behind our green chemistry group. We have Dr. Afik, we have Dr. Salwan, the newly joined our Dr. Hamdi, our Dr. Shilas, okay, Dr. Susina, Dr. Siti Aminah, and Dr. Fazira of different expertise, which we sit together in a group with the main objective to develop material that is environment safe using a green chemistry approach. As for today's topics, uh, I would like to highlight everybody, their audience, to what is actually nanostructured material. When we talk about nanostructured material, we are talking about a size of 1 to 100 nanometers. These materials are good because their high specific surface area and their advanced technology lead to different dimensional morphologies. Okay, we have zero-dimensional material of a core-shaped cells. We also have a one-dimensional carbon nanotubes. We also have a two-dimensional layered material of a graphene base, and also things that use mostly in the catalyst, such as mesoporous composites or macroporous composites. When we talk about mineral, okay, there are only limited numbers of mineral that is currently being nanostructured. We continue with this templated synthesis method. Okay, so there are several types of templated synthesis method, which are known as hard template and soft template. Which these materials are having disadvantages of harmful and have the high energy consumption as well. This is because it's given an environmental impact, because this conventional synthesis are in the end going to be dumped in the as a waste and then as a contaminant, right? So therefore, there is the needs of green approach where there is need of a new potential candidate for bioresources that is going to be used as a template. So we coin the terms as starch templated synthesis because this material is actually having a green renewable bioresources and it can be manipulated just with the gelatination process with water. Okay, so starch exists as a granule which different size and shape, and it's going to have a ability to be manipulated with the water. And we have a semi-crystallinity of our starch, and therefore this approach going to be establish a new green synthetic procedure, which is going to okay. So we have done several analysis, especially on to identify our structured using the XRD. Okay, so we have confirmed the structures as hematite, silicate, and kaolinite. We also confirm this material using FTIR analysis. We have a different micrograph image for this material. We can see that the hematite is more ordered as a spherical shaped nanoparticles. This was also supported by the TEM, and we also conducted a piezo section measurement to see whether this material is having a porosity. So in this case, we define the material based on different type of mesoporosity and microporosity. So we have the hematite as a mesoporous, and the silicate and the kaolinite as a the silicate is as a microporous, while the kaolinite is as a mesoporous material. So we conducted also a molecular interaction analysis to further understand how this starch can actually be manipulated, and we found that there is a certain water polymer interaction, especially when there is a hydrogen bonding interaction. So this can be seen by the molecular charges difference based on amylase structures, the simplest structures in starch, and we also conducted more simulation, and we found that the granule shape, as mentioned earlier, can be penetrated by the presence of water. We also proposed several possible mechanisms that is supporting the starch templated synthesis. These are difference between each minerals, where we found that certain condition required you to manipulate the gelatination process in order to blend with the resources. So this is what we call as the starch templated synthesis, where our main findings supported that this material can be synthesized using a starch templated method, and there are different nanostructured materials can be synthesis using this newly known as a starch templated synthesis. So a new perspective being light based on these findings, where we are going to export this material using either going to be facilitated in the catalyst, or in the end, perhaps this newly found methods is suitable for any nanostructured minerals. Okay, this led us to publish our findings in reputable high impact journals, and I would like to acknowledge several grants being awarded in completing this research. All right, with that, I would like to say thank you and